Hey guys, this is Tyler here. I'm here in Estonia, and I'm going to go over a very common question that I get, and I think many younger guys have, and that is, should I go to university if I'm a younger guy, whether it's undergraduate or graduate school? And this is a really good question. The simple answer is there is no simple answer. I think it can be yes or no. It really depends on the situation and the context. If you're a professional in a medical, engineering, any type of bioscience area, or anything that's very specialized, I think yes. Or legal area, I think yes, you should go to university. And you probably also have to go to some form of graduate school, because in any of these kind of areas, you will not learn the skills. You won't connect with the right people, and you won't be in a research kind of environment to ensure that you have the skills to be able to work as a professional in this area. I have friends that work in research areas of science. I actually had a friend in Minnesota, and he works in neuroscience area. He needed to go through grad school to have the expertise necessary to do this. My brother also is in a science area where it's very necessary for him to be in a grad school environment. For other guys who aren't in these specialized areas, they're not in medicine, law, etc., it really depends, honestly. For some it may be effective, and for others not. I do think though recently there's been an overpreached message of being an entrepreneur, not going to university, and I really have a hard time with this sometimes. I've seen some YouTubers really promote this, but honestly, I don't think a lot of younger guys, whether they're 18 or 20, have what it takes to go straight and produce value, whether it's in services or products on their own. I just don't think they have both the skills, and they don't have the experience, professional experience necessary. And how do you get professional experience? You need to be hired typically, and to be hired often you need to show some kind of education degree, because it shows that you are committed to something. That's the key here. If workplaces or businesses haven't seen that you've been committed to something, they're going to have a hard time to commit to you. That's, I think, kind of the understanding nowadays of a degree. Does it necessarily teach actual skills and well-trained young people? No, but at the same time, it does show a certain level of commitment here. Do you have to go to a overpriced American university? Absolutely not. And this is where, for guys out there that still want to go to university for whatever reason, look in other countries. There's many countries now that are very open and receptive to have foreign students. You can find accredited universities. You can get the same level of education in other countries as you would get like in the US or Canada, and you'll pay a lot less. You'll be able to learn the skills necessary and become a very well-trained professional. Even in like medical areas or in specialized sciences, I know for sure that you can get very good training in medical sciences in a country like Russia. If you have, say, doubts about whether you're going to stay and want to live in the US, especially if you know a second language in another country and you're not as concerned about income, yeah, you could certainly go to another country, learn the skills necessary, and live there or live somewhere else. This would be just fine. I actually think often it's better if you can move at college or for university. Sooner is better than later. You'll be able to adapt to the country better, learn the language, understand how the job market works there and potential demands of the market, and you can actually grow in that country. That was actually one of the reasons why I myself initially went to Chile, because I thought I was going to grow my professional career in Chile after I finished university. That unfortunately didn't happen, but it was a good mindset at that time. I certainly was ahead of in my thought process there, but that's a great way you can go to university. You don't have to pay a lot of money, and you'll still be able to get that experience there. I also have thought about stats, like I will see these numbers, and typically most people, they don't regret going to university and getting a degree. Now, a lot of people regret not going and getting a degree. And also, no, you don't need to get a degree. You can just go. If you feel like it's time to leave, you can leave. It's typically not going to hurt you, especially if you're going in a STEM field. You may also be around certain people, or you may think about something in a certain way, which then ends up helping you start a business or enter a certain area. It's just maybe see stuff in a different light, and that's kind of where I think it can be very effective. Now, there's certainly a crowd of guys that probably shouldn't be in university and don't need to go. If you're going for, say, like humanities or liberal arts, especially for guys that aren't real smart here, probably better off not going. It's going to be a waste of your time and probably a waste of your money. Most likely you're not going to finish, and if you do finish, it's not going to be a very useful area. You can learn a lot of these kind of things on your own. You can go to a library and educate yourself, and there's many books out there. There's a lot of online resources. There's online courses for like Udemy, Coursera, where you can learn a lot of this kind of stuff for free or for a lower price. This is a great alternative. Now, also for guys that are in technical areas, for these guys, you may have to go to some kind of technical school. Like if you're an electrician and plumbing, areas of this nature, auto mechanics, you may need some education here. But if this is what you intend to do, like immediately, university is definitely not necessary. You're better off just going straight into this area, because some of you guys may then decide to start a business in that kind of area. And by getting started earlier, you could then get enough experience to then start your own business in this field. Like anything, it all comes down to the person at the end of the day. For some guys, yes, it works. For other guys, no. There's no concrete answer here. Nowadays, so you do have to be more question, is it necessary for me? And also, do I intend to stay in my country, in my city forever, for a long period of time? Because especially if you intend to leave your country, you probably have to think about this a little differently, and it may not be necessary. This is my take on the situation. Give me your feedback below. Thank you.